What the hell is the deal with people like Regina Spektor, who openly defend? I mean, she's on the like very bad level. They're collaborators who still perform in Israel, like Radiohead, Nick Cave.
Yeah, Nick Cave.
Right? And then there are people who like openly defend Israel. And then there's DJ Khaled, who himself is Palestinian, has said nothing about it. What are your thoughts on these people? I actually put out a tweet, Roger, in anticipation of this conversation, and I asked for like the worst musicians on this issue. Right. And the people told me, Radiohead, Streisand, DJ Khaled, Regina Spektor, Bob Dylan, Steve Earle. Unfortunately, I didn't know that. Yeah. Stephen Wilson, Radiohead, David Draymond, Matisyahu, obviously, Anton Newcombe, Brian Jonestown Massacre, U2, Bruno Mars, Elton John, Pharrell Williams, Jack Black, Lady Gaga, David Gilmour, Morrissey, Taylor Swift. What? I don't believe that.
Yeah, Raging Zionists, the whole bloody lot of them.
Gene Simmons of Kiss, who went to my socialist, secular, Jewish, communist summer camp or worked there.
Gene Simmons. Oh my goodness.
And then there's someone named Disturbed there's someone named David Draymond, who is, I don't know this band. Do you guys know this band? It's called Disturbed. And you know what he did? He's one of these evil people who did one of those like signings of you know how sometimes they'll sign missiles?
Yeah.
Okay, so look at this.
I'm looking.
Disturbed frontman David Draymond is a rabid Zionist who there you see him wearing a dog tag. Who signed a missile. Disgusting. Who signed bombs to be dropped on Gaza.
Yeah, that is completely disgusting. And what's their excuse? Have you ever spoken to one of these people? Because I never have.
No.
I can't.
Regina Spektor is just really dumb. I almost feel bad for her. And Bono, here's the thing with Bono. U2 used to be so good on like Central America.
What do you mean on Central America?
They were good about like the U.S. and the CIA torturing the people. I mean, when I say they were good on it, they exposed it and they lent their song to a very good episode of 21 Jump Street, which had a very good episode about Doug Pinhole trying to marry his girlfriend, and then she was deported and then killed. Bono was good on that stuff. And then what happened?
I don't know. I'm still looking for this thing.
What are you looking for? Because
I'm looking for the road to Damascus.
Oh, well, that's going to take a while. Okay.
No, it's not.
Well, we have the open letter to Radiohead. We have Roger Water insults Thom Yorke over stance on.
Oh, here it is. Yeah. Could you put it up so I can read it?
Yeah.
So me and this Aussie bloke are walking down the road on our way to a gig. Just as we get there, we see these heavily armed soldiers on the other side of the road, knocking this Arab bloke to the ground, kneeling on him, kicking him in the head and beating him with their rifle butts. I cross over to the other side and remonstrate with the soldiers. The soldiers told me to fuck off or they'll arrest me. Are you all right? I asked the bloke, daft question. Can I help? Yes, he says. You're musicians. Yes, I reply. They've stolen our land, he says. We are resisting. There is a cultural boycott. Please don't do a gig here. As he's dragged away towards the paddy wagon, he tosses a small round metal badge in my direction. I return to the other side of the road where the Aussie bloke has been watching the events unfold. Did you see that? I say. Yeah, come on, we've got a gig to do, mate. No, I say. There is a cultural boycott. That Arab bloke is a victim. The Israeli soldiers are perpetrators. We have a moral duty to stand with the victim. Don't you try to bully me, you shameful, cowardly bastard, says the Aussie bloke, and he pushes past me into the gig. I only say that because he accused me of being cowardly and shameful, right? When he did an interview with Rolling Stone. Don't you try to bully me, you shameful, cowardly bastard, says the Aussie bloke. and he pushes past me into the gig. I reach down into the dust, retrieve the BDS badge, and pin it to my lapel. Fuck you, Nick fucking Cave, you fucking prick. And that's the end of the little story. Poor Nick, you know. Fancy being that deluded.
Well, yeah, and you know what else is like, I don't give Jews a pass at this, but I don't understand, unless you're a Christian Zionist or a Jewish Zionist, and he may be Christian, but he's not particularly religious. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, if you're an American Jew, chances are you've been brainwashed. And if you're a Christian Zionist, you're just crazy. Like, kind of more generally. But I don't get when people like a Nick Cave are just pro-Israel. They haven't they haven't been indoctrinated all their lives. So I just don't understand it.
They like to think, let me explain it.
Yeah,
mate.
explain it.
They like to think that music transcends politics and the law and everything else. It's a floaty thing that floats around ethereally in the atmosphere, and it crosses all borders and all of that. So it doesn't matter if you're Joseph Goebbels or fucking Netanyahu. That's okay, because it has nothing to do with me. Yes, it does. And I'll tell you who knows that it does. The people of Palestine, Nick Cave. That is why they start, and South Africa, and anywhere else where they start a boycott movement or a divestment movement or a sanctions movement, because they want human rights, and it's the only way that they can get it. And when they start BDS, like my friend Omar Barghouti and his mates did in 2005, they're doing it because they are in desperate need of human rights. And you and I, Nick, however much you think your music's important, and however much you care about me infringing on your rights of free movement and speech and things, when I tell you to respect the picket line and not go there, you need to sit back at some point and go, hang on a minute, what about the scales of justice? What is the right thing to do? That's one thing I learned from my mother, Nick, right? When I was little, or a 13-year-old or something, I was wrestling with something, and my mum saw I was, and she looked at me and she said, "You're thinking about something." She said, "Listen, sit down, Roger." So I did. And she said, "As you grow up, there will be many things that you have to wrestle with in your life, and you have to think things through and whatever. When that happens to you, this is my advice. Read, read, read. Particularly if it's something political, read all the history, read everything that you can, and not just opinions that you agree with, but the other side of the conversation too. Read, 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 and then read some more." Yeah, Mum, and then what do I do when I've done all? Well, when you finish doing all the reading, the next bit is easy. Well, what is the next bit, Mum? You do the right thing. That's it, Nick. Just think about that, and in another life, if you're reincarnated, for fuck's sake, Nick, next time, do the right thing, sunshine. It's not hard. And particularly in a case like this, where there's one group of people committing genocide on another, you have to stand with the victims. To stand by silent and indifferent is the greatest sin of all. Sorry.
What happened to Bono? How can you be Irish and not be outspoken for Palestine?
He's an idiot. Bono's a complete prick. He goes to, I nearly used the F-bomb then.
Okay, you can.
He goes to Davos, for fuck's sake.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, and he did stuff with George W. Bush.
He just loves living. Yeah, he goes to George W. Bush's ranch and hangs out with his pal. Are you insane, Bono? I'll answer that, Bono. Yes, you fucking are, mate.
Right.
And it's not all right. It's terrible.
No, it's terrible, yeah.
But if you'll be in a band with a bloke who calls himself The Hedge, I mean, what can you expect?
The Hedge or The Edge?
I thought it was called The Hedge.
No, The Edge.
I know that. I know.
Oh, you're making a joke. Sorry.
I
you know what? Because I thought, Canadians put H's, French Canadians put H's where there is no H and cut off the H where there is. Yeah. So, okay, The Hedge. Okay. I get it. He's hedging his bets.
I don't know if he is or not. I don't know if he's even a betting man.
And Radiohead?
Oh, let's not go there, can we?
right.
He's a timid little bloke, I think.
Yeah.
Probably. I think he's unpleasant company, but
Wait,
Tom,
I
wrote him many letters, to
did he
try
ever respond?
Yeah, he did, and it's all going in my memoir. He did respond. He got very, very snarky, and he was trying to be fun. Do you know what he calls himself? Do you know what his email address is? You're going to love this.
Wait, don't. Okay, I don't want. Yeah.
What, you want to guess?
York Thomas, head radio.
You ready?
Yeah.
Winston Smith.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa. For those of you who don't know out there in book reading or not book reading, he's the central character in 1984. George Orwell.
That is a little bit crazy.
So, yeah. So it shows pretensions of attachment to being anti-authoritarian.
Yeah, but he was very anti-communist, Orwell, which we can kind of forgive her here and there, but yeah. Wait, Gwenyth Paltrow was married to the guy from Coldplay, right? Not
correct.
From
Chris, whatever his name is.
And how is he? Chris, what is his name? Is he okay in Israel? Chris Martin.
He's not okay enough. He sort of sails gently.
He's like both sides.
He's well out of gunfire from the flotilla. He's somewhere, but he might be waving at them from 1,000 miles away.
Right.
Okay? And now, of course, he's much more engaged than he would have been a year ago or whenever it was very uncomfortable. And not that I've got anything. Chris Martin, his name.
Chris Martin, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's probably, he might well be a perfectly
I think he both
fellow.
Sides is it a little bit, but I'll tell him what I have to say to Chris Martin is that he has to consciously uncouple from Israel because that's what he and Gwenyth Paltrow did. Yeah.
Did she decouple from Israel or not? Or
I'm not sure, actually. I'm not
Listen,
sure.
Anyway, who cares, frankly?
Yeah.
What we do care about is uniting for peace in the General Assembly next week, and whether or not we can all put our shoulders to that wheel and help make that happen, because it's hugely important. And if we don't do it now, we're going to have to do it later, because we cannot live in a world where the United States of America and the State of Israel are allowed to get away with murder, which is what they are doing at the moment.